Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I am back in busy Bangkok, and today I want to show you one of my favorite little areas in the whole of Bangkok. We're by Wongwian Yai BTS station. Now there's a little tiny street right next to the station, Krung Thonburi Nung, Thonburi Soi 1, and this is home to some unbelievable Thai street food. So after 2 days eating my way around Saigon, Vietnam, eating nothing but Vietnamese noodle soups, I had a really strong craving, as I usually do when I leave Thailand, for Pad Kaprao, stir-fried holy basil. So I'm going to take you to what could be the best we've found yet. And also, this bustling little side street is home to a beef noodle soup shop that is really close to my heart, because it is the first place that I ever wrote a Thai food blog about. So you could say that the noodle soup shop we're going to started the whole roaming cook movement. All right, and if I can get past the traffic, we're gonna go in. But this is the shop, right? Bakapao There, 1993. And I was like, what is this all about? There's no way this has been here for 29 years and I've never seen it before. But when I went in and asked the boss B, it's actually B's birthday, 1993. Sadika, hello. So the reason this side street is so busy is because it's a cut through from the main road where the BTS station is, all the way through to Ladya Road, which is where the Pad Thai Cowboy is that I did a video at, and then Wongwian Yai roundabout, which the BTS is named after, which is a massive roundabout. Right, I'm gonna put my Thai reading to the test. Alloy ทุกอย่างนะ
อร่อยทุกอย่าง
โอเคมีกุ้งไหม
มี
โอเคเอาผัดกะเพรากุ้งเอาผัดกะเพราหมูสับกับหมูกรอบได้ไหม
รวมกันมิกซ์
รวมโอเค
2 จาน
2 จานนะ
อ๋อโอเคไข่ดาวได้ไหมคะ
เราครับ
เดี๋ยวโอเคเผ็ดนิดหน่อย
เอาเผ็ดเลยนะ
โอเค
ครับ
จัดไป
สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีครับ
อันนี้อะไรนะข้าวผัด
ข้าวผัด
ข้าวผัดหมูกรอบ
ข้าวผัดกะเพราหมูกรอบ
ครับ so she's making ข้าวผัดหมูกรอบ Ooh. He's making ผัดกะเพราหมูสับ
มาโรบิน
Alright, so I've just spoke to B's mum on the phone over over FaceTime, and her stepdad, and they've got a YouTube channel as well. They're called Maui Howie, and they do like riding around on bikes, like motorbikes around Thailand. So make sure you subscribe to them. I'm going to leave their YouTube channel links in the description below, guys, alright? Anyway, let's get on to this Pad Kaprao. Okay. Look at this, guys. Told you we'd struck gold. Alright guys, I think we have definitely struck gold. The crispiness of this egg, but then the yolk, maisel, not cooked through. Oh my god. Oh. Right, so first things first, we're going to get a bit of nampa. I'm going to get that onto that egg. Then I like to squeeze out. Oh, we've got all that head juice. I'll eat those after. Then I like to squeeze all my prawns out the tails. Get some of the chilies. Look at that. Green, red, dried red. Oh, there is another one. So we have got 4, so we did have 5. Oh, there's another one, 6. Right, let's just get a mouthful of this. Wow. All right, these prawns are amazing, guys. Cooked to perfection. Just cooked, bouncy, springy. Coated in that sauce of light soy sauce, dark soy sauce, bit of oyster sauce. Touch of sugar, loads and loads of garlic, which is almost caramelized as it's been cooked over that high heat. You've got the 3 different types of chilies. You got the fresh green, which is very, very hot. Then you've got the fresh red, which is a little bit sweet and hot. Then you've got the deep heat coming from the dried, and then you've also got the extra heat coming from the pick nang pla. The richness coming from that egg yolk, that crispy egg, like look how crispy that is and how they've got that egg not to cook at all, the yolk. Amazing. As I said, I had a serious craving for pad kaprao. And that's hit the spot. Cup on cup. Wow. Right, and next comes the minced pork with crispy pork as well. How are they doing this with the egg? How are they getting it this crispy, but with the yolk this uncooked? Wow. All right, chilies. We've got green chilies. We've got fresh green, fresh red, and dried red, all in one go. I'm gonna have to get a load of everything, dip it in that egg. I love the combination of the crispy, crunchy, fatty mukrab, the crispy pork belly, and then the soft, fatty, slightly like crispy on the outside. More sab. The minced pork. Now I would almost always get pad kaprao with minced pork. Right, it's my favourite. I don't really like it with beef, but minced pork and prawns is one of my favourite. But minced pork and crispy pork also amazing. To be honest, I think I should have got minced pork, crispy pork, and prawns all in the same bowl. Wow. The sauce is perfect. It's not really sweet at all. Much more on the savoury side, which is what I like. It's not too saucy. I love the fact it's got the dried chilies in and the fresh chilies in. And I love the fact that pick nang pla has a bit of manao in it, so there's a little bit of lime juice. You're getting a little bit of acidity, especially with the prawns. But as good as they are separately, I'm gonna have to mix them together. So I'm gonna get my prawn, and then I'm gonna put it in my, get some mukrab, get some musap. What can I say? I'm a genius. Just where else could you get this many prawns in a kaprao? So yeah, we had 5. One of them, unfortunately, a poor little man hit the deck, hit the floor. So we had a man down, soldier down, unfortunately. So he won't be joining us today, but we'll eat his friends in memory of him. Because it's such a simple dish, pad kaprao, everything has to be cooked right. The rice has to be done right. If you're using seafood like this, you have to treat it with respect. It can't come all rubbery and overcooked. This is absolutely perfect. The meat has to be done right. Has to be the right amount of chilies in it. Has to be the right amount of kapao leaves in it. And this for me is absolutely perfect. I'm not even gonna get started again on the egg because that was just on another level. It's difficult for me to get excited about pad kaprao because it is such a common dish in Thailand, but when I get one like this, which I'm not expecting, it kind of blows me away and leaves me a little bit speechless. So this for me, without overhyping it, has just jumped into top 5 at least in Thonburi. Oh. And don't let me ever catch you leaving your prawn heads.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
ชอบ
บ๊ายบายทุกคน บ๊ายบายหน่อย
Bye bye.
ชอบ
โชคบ๊ายบายหน่อย
นี่คนไทยใช่ไหม
คนไทย
อ๋อโอเค
บ๊ายบายนะ
บ๊ายบายขอบคุณครับ อร่อยมาก บ๊ายบาย ครับ So I'm actually quite shocked at the bill for once. Like I was expecting 150 maybe, something for those prawns, because we had 6 massive prawns, 79 baht, 10 baht for the egg, so 89 baht per portion, one for the prawns, one for the mixed pork. I've got to say, even if you don't agree with me that it's best tasting pad kaprao in the area, you're definitely going to have to agree that it's best value. I'm not saying cheapest, I'm saying best value for what we got. That was absolutely unbelievable. I know I've been saying this a lot, but I think I've just killed the second stop with that. Like epic first stop. That's going to be hard to beat ever. Num and B, the owners, very lovely people. So nice, and both speak really good English, speak pretty much perfect English. So that can be the sort of off-putting thing for some of you. I know that when you come to this sort of area, Thonburi, when it's hyper-local, you worry you're not going to be able to get what you want. But these guys speak perfect English, so you have no problem coming in here and ordering. And Num just told me he makes the best beef kaprao. I said I don't like beef kaprao, but he said I have to come and try his because his is the best. And after what I've just eaten, I'm going to tend to believe him on that one. So anyway, enough waffling on, guys. I'm going to make my way through this little soy of traffic, and then I'm going to head down to a little shop called Rachan Noodles. Some of the most, I'm not going to say best, again, I'm going to say most interesting beef noodle soup, because the stock, the actual soup, is really interesting. Also, they make luk chin, the beef balls, the meat balls. They make fish balls and beef balls and pork balls, and they actually have a little factory, and they make them and supply the local area. So we'll take a look at that as well, hopefully. Yeah, let's go. And another quite interesting thing for me about this area is it's like a little textile hub on this side of town. So there's loads and loads of shops selling different fabrics, leather. There's another one over there. And with that comes all these little workshops. So you got stuff like this, right, which is like a little arts and crafts workshop / handmade leather shop. So you can come in here and get your own bags made, camera cases, all sorts of stuff. Then next door, you got this place, MHA and the cafe. And this is, as the name suggests, a cafe plus a leather work school. So you can make all sorts of different stuff in there. That's pretty cool. Made to order shoes, bag, belts and accessories. Like this whole street pretty much is all fabrics and textiles. All right, but enough about bags and zips and leathers and whatnot. This is our second stop, Rachan Noodles. All right, Rachan Noodle. So we've got clear, tom yum and thick soup. Clear is going to be your nam side, just your plain noodles. Tom yum is obviously the spicy, sour ones, and thick soup is going to be thickened with blood. So today we're going to be getting, which is what I'm really excited to show you, the beef noodle soup. เอาก๋วยเตี๋ยวเนื้อเส้นเล็กนะเอาต้มยำเส้นเล็กด้วยนะไม่ต้มยำไม่ใส่น้ำตาลเนาะไม่หวานเลยนะครับโอเค where are we going first? Right, so I'm going to get you 2 different types to show you. So we've got the tom yum. So we're talking peanuts, dried chili and lime juice. Oh, interesting. She's using the beef stock. Or is she? Or is she just cooking the balls? All right, so I've made a little bit of a mistake here. So what I've said, I said I'll have one beef noodle, and then I'll have one tom yum, but I didn't specify that I wanted pork in the tom yum. So we're getting, that's why I was confused as why we were at the beef counter. So we're getting beef tom yum, and we're getting nam sai nua. Okay, so we've got stewed beef, beef balls, and that beautiful beef stock, which is almost like a consomme.
เส้นเล็กเนื้อเอาเป็นน้ำใส
ครับ
แล้วก็เส้นเล็กเอาเป็นต้มยำเป็นหมูนะ
ครับ ขอบคุณครับ
อันนี้เอา
ไม่เอาครับ Some pickled radish as well. Oh yeah, that's what we came for. Carb. Carb. Right, the light isn't great in here, guys, but what I really came in here to show you was this. And this clear, clean beef broth. We've also got that sliced nua sod, fresh beef. The beef balls looked in, which I usually stay clear of, but as I'll show you in a sec, they actually make these. And we've got some stewed shin of beef, which is literally fall apart. I'm going to pick a bit of that apart with my fingers, look at that. And after messing up and ordering the tom yum beef, I've also got tom yum mo, so spicy and sour soup with pork, minced pork, and again, pork balls made in-house. Right, with both I've gone for senlek, my noodle of choice. All right, guys, so we've got our condiments as always. We've got our pik bon, dried chili. We've got the pik dong, sour fermented chili, right? And then in here, we've got some chili oil. Now there's two ways to do this, guys. We can either throw this straight into our soup, or if you don't want to change the flavour of your soup, you can put it into a bowl and make your own, like with the fish sauce and the pickled chilies, right? And then all you do from there, you pick up your meat and dip in there. So I might as well show you that anyway. You know, after 7 years in Thailand, I've worked out this is actually what people do usually in beef noodle shops. Let's get a bit of fish sauce. So I'm probably just going to mix mine all in with the soup. But because we've now got all this extra meat from this bowl that I'm not actually going to eat, I'll use that to dip. All right, guys, so I've messed up a little bit here, but I've got an absolute feast. What I want to try first is the beef soup with nothing added. This place, like, I'm not going to tell you that it's the best beef noodle soup in Bangkok. I'm not even going to tell you it's my favourite beef noodle soup in Bangkok. But what it is a very unique beef noodle, because usually when you get kway teow nua beef noodle soup, you're getting the one that's heavy on all the different soy sauces, all the meat's been stewed in it. It's usually got quite a dark soup. Whereas this is clear, almost like a consomme, and it's just concentrated beef flavour. It reminds me a little bit of pho in Laos and not so much Vietnam, because it doesn't have all the star anise, the cardamom, and the cinnamon and stuff in it. But while pho is fresh in my mind, the thing that it does remind me of, which is reminiscent of, is how clean pho broth usually is. So this is just a very unique, different type of soup. Right, I could eat that straight just how it is, just with a little bit of vinegar. But I am going to add a little bit to this. With the beef soup, it's so delicious, but I am going to add some of this roasted chili oil and some of the picdong, because I like mine spicy and sour. All right, now take a look at the colour of this. This is reminding me of a lao pho. All right, so the beef broth is quite, although it's very, very clear, it's got quite a nice level of fat in it, so lots and lots of flavour. It's a pure beef bone broth. And now we've added that chili oil. Every sip I'm taking is like coating my whole mouth because you've got the oil from the chili mixing with the oil from the beef. A little bit of sourness coming from the picdong or the picnam som, whatever you want to call it. The pickled, pounded vinegar. I'll try some of the meat. All right, so the meat is stewed down. So you've got the cinnamon, star anise, heavy star anise, cloves. So that's giving the soup that flavour that you're familiar with. The actual soup itself is just clean, good, bone stock. And with the roasted chili oil, is reminding me of soup that I got in Laos. And I love Laotian noodle soup. So a lot of the time I don't get sliced fresh beef because it can be a little tough and I prefer the stewed stuff. But in here, the beef's marinated and quite marbled, and it literally falls apart in your mouth. Right, last up I'm going to try one of the beef balls. I mean, again, I still wouldn't probably choose to eat the beef balls, but knowing in my head that they're tam eng, homemade, they've got a little shop there, and they've also got a factory somewhere else on the edge of town. The fact they make them themselves does soften the blow for me slightly. Right, tom yum definitely needs some extra dry chili. It's already got chili in it, but that was not spicy enough for me. And I've asked for it no sugar, so it might actually need some sugar later on. I asked for no sugar. Actually, probably does need a touch of sugar, just a little bit. Just to balance it out. Again, what stands out for me is that stewed meat, the stewed sliced pork. Again, it just melts. There's no effort at all to eat that. I love the mixture of the pork mince, the peanuts, the chili. Lots and lots of it as well. You've got little pieces of radish in there. It's giving you like an extra savoury note. It's pretty good. Probably did need a little bit of sugar. I should probably add some sugar. Very, very nice. Again, clean broth. But for me, the star of the show is those beef noodles. All right, so seeing I accidentally ordered this beef noodle soup, the tom yum beef noodles, I am going to use the meat just to show you about this little dip. So yeah, you just have a little side dip of whatever you want. I've gone for dried chili, pickled chili and fish sauce, and you just dip the meat in just for a bit of extra flavour. Just like you would in Vietnam with like hoi sin and sriracha. This is a nice way of eating it because you're not messing with the stock. The stock's how it's intended, but and I do like a dip. The meat in here is pretty exceptional, you know. The stewed beef is so flavoursome. That's obviously been stewed down for hours. You've got that layer of fat on the outside. Fall apart in your mouth. As I said, this was the first place I ever did a written food blog on. Started my whole journey pretty much. So it just shows I've always had good taste. So the other thing about this side of town is the mind-boggling prices, especially if you're coming from Sukhumvit. So the two soups here have cost me 100 baht or 105 baht, and the 2 pad kapraos with all of those shrimp, the pork, the crispy pork, cost me 180 baht roundabout. So for 283 baht, I've got an absolute feast. What's that? 283 baht is about £6.50 or about, I want to say $8. $8, £7, something like that. Absolute madness. So I was going to walk you up there and walk you around the market, but I think, to be honest, this video has gone on long enough. So I'll save that for another video. I'll come down here, I'll do a full market review, show you the train station. There's a few little hidden spots around the train tracks, which I absolutely love, which I can't wait to share with you. But just this area in general is amazing. As I said, it's the first area I really explored in Bangkok. And up until now, I don't think I've found a better area just for food. And as I said, you've got Lat Ya just at the end of the road, which has Pad Thai Nalok Tek, the Pad Thai Cowboy I did a video on. In the same video, I did the Jim Jum place with the Khor Mu Yang. So you should definitely get down and check that out. But the whole street there is amazing. You've got the main monument there is Wongwian Yai roundabout, which is a massive roundabout, as the name suggests, with a statue of King Taksin in the middle. Confusingly, that is Wongwian Yai. Wongwian Yai BTS station, where we got off, is actually on Thonburi Road. So it's not actually in the same place. It's about a 10-minute walk between them. So if you want to get public transport here, I suggest going to Wongwian Yai BTS station. I got the train. I only live a couple of stops, but you could come from the other side of town. It's on the Silom line. You get off. The easiest way to get to this street is to go down the lift, not the escalator. So just head down the lift, and as soon as you get out of the lift, you walk back on yourself, and you're literally outside Soi 1. And the first stop, the Pad Kaprao, is about 200 meters down, and then the Rachan noodles for these delicious beef noodles is another sort of 50, 100 yards up the road from there. But get out, guys. Explore this area. I'm sure you will absolutely love it. It's just absolutely full of hidden gems. I'm so glad to be back in Bangkok. I've got so much content coming for you guys. Thank you very much for everyone that's been sharing and liking the videos, everyone that's been supporting financially. I could not do this without you. Please let me know where you want me to go next, and I will see you in the next one.